Welcome back, everyone, to Celestial Circuit. We're in the final round of the effectively, I want to call it a last chance qualifier. This is it, the last chance to get into the main room where all the money is at. I'm Bubbles, back on the mic with Princess Brat, and there are 6 spots left in the main turn or the main final room, Brat.
Yeah, there sure are. We're gonna see who gets to meet the guaranteed finalists, which are Kevo, Vantox, Gyarados, Garchomp, Scartax, and Cookie. So of these players here, the top six out of these 12 races we're about to watch, they'll get to make it on and play for some money.
It's
We'll see how
going to be
they
a
go.
very exciting room. We have in this past qualifying round that we just saw, we had some people that barely made it scrape by, and some people that were absolutely dominant. Star with a 149 point performance in the qualifying round, 43 points ahead of second place in Dr. Battlecat at 106. Star has to be feeling really good going into this, but at the same time, it's a fresh start. Everybody's at zero. The mentality, you can't get too far ahead of yourself. You have to start from race one, play your own game. How do you think nerves are affecting these competitors as we are in the last chance qualifier here, Brett?
Okay, so um, I put myself in this right, and I have to kind
Yep.
of think of like how I would respond. Um, these are some cracked players. Okay, so if I'm in this situation and I have somehow been able to make it this far, I would be sweating. Now you do have to kind of mental reset, right? Because it's a fresh start. Top six move on, which is very like generous in these situations. I've been in tournaments where top three move on. You have opportunities to have really, really good races. You can have some bad races, but overall good is what you're hoping for, so you can make it to finals.
DK Mountain is an interesting track to start on because all these racers, as you said, are probably really nervous.
Yeah.
Those who have played at a high level for a long time probably aren't as prone to that, but I know the feeling. Your heart is beating, your hands are shaking a little bit, and
Mhm.
sometimes you just can't even take routine shortcuts because you're like you're worrying about so many things at once. But
Do do
the
your
trick
hands
is to
ever
just
like sweat too? Because I feel like I lose grip
yes,
on my
yes, a
controller
little
when
bit.
my hands start
I was in a
sweating.
I was in a really important MKU match, and I couldn't even take the shroom cut on Boo Lake because I was shaking too much. It was actually insane how much nerves can take over your game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So lap
Um,
one of DK Mountain is almost done, and the pack is a little bit spread out. And since we have 12 players in this room with no bots, the importance of shock comes back into play. There's 12 players in the room. We're spread out. Now people in the front and the mid pack have to worry about the lightning bolt being play. And there it is.
Yeah, that is a huge call out, honestly. Because I mean, up to this point, we've had bots in like every lobby. So shock predictability was nearly impossible because it was just so random. But we're gonna see. He did opt to chain his shock into the double set over there. We'll see Nerd kind of have a chance to come up out of 12th place. See if he's gonna take the cut up here and I did not realize that Nerd was an inside drift player. I did not know that. Do you think
Inside
that
drift on DK Mountain is, I can only imagine. It's pain.
and like I don't know how the cut affects an inside drift player. I did see his POV there earlier. He was struggling a little bit to get through the cut. But I don't know if maybe they had like a bad line or if it is just more difficult as an inside drift player. But that's like really interesting.
It's very counterintuitive because as an inside drift player, you have to go way outside to take the con, and it's very slow, and
So
it puts you at such a disadvantage.
there was
But
something that we missed, by the way, on stream. We have a couple POVs up where we can see what's going on. Britics is in first place, and he dodged blue with a golden that he brought up there. Did you see that?
I did.
That is crazy. How did he get a golden into first place?
My only guess is a ghost, but There you see that top level play, and as we discussed in the first round, that's a top level player right there. And good players make very smart decisions to and combine that with their good driving to produce that good spot. And when you have a golden and such a high spot, it feels like anything is possible. Even on a track like DK Mountain, where halfway down the mountain, you basically aren't allowed to use speed up items because you have to
Yeah.
take the turn so tight, it's so much slower. But
Yes.
Fritix was able to maximize the use of a golden mushroom to dodge a blue shell. That is an amazing start for
That's
Fritix.
crazy. Yeah, I find it's so difficult to find an opportunity mountain to use, like a golden star. Like I think it's easy to use a bill, obviously, because it does all the work for you, but I'm just already like talking it. We're going into race two on Mario Kart Stadium. I can only guess who picked this. Bobby is a Mario Kart Stadium lover. Unironically, loves this track. So we'll see if he gets a good race here.
I don't get the appeal of Mario Kart Stadium. What is it? Is it the chaos?
I don't know. Well, it's like how people don't get like why I like Sky High Sunday. Like there are some tracks that people like and they just like it. Really.
Well,
You know?
I like DK Mountain because you can just drive past people if you're good at the track.
But
And
that can be
you get
said about any track, really, right?
well, it's a very good anti-inward track. You get to get a free dunk on inwards, as we saw on Nerd's point
Free
of view.
dunk.
Yeah, free slam dunk. But okay, well, we talk about the 12-player room and the shock factor coming back into play. We saw Mario Kart Stadium in the, I don't know, 10, 11-player room back in round
Uh-huh.
one. But this
Uh-huh.
is a different story. As an early shock
Yeah.
at the beginning of lap two,
Yeah.
this might give us time for another one on lap three. So
Ooh.
it's a game changer for people who realize this. I
Yeah.
believe the shock cooldown is 30 seconds. Is that correct?
Yep. That is correct.
So if you're in the mid pack or in the back of the pack right now, get your coin count back up. Stay in a competitive position while getting another dodge item. You have to
Um,
remember you have to play around another shock possibility.
I do believe Bobby is in second right now. There was a blue. It did not look like it landed. I believe whoever was in first, it's that light blue Yoshi or Bobby, one of the two. They were able to dodge the blue, so they're still up there. On like going into lap three.
Light Blue Yoshi is Star, who had that dominant performance,
Ah,
149 in the round one, going
nice.
into the last turn or last two turns in first place. Do we see another lightning bolt in this last set?
I
I
don't
don't think so.
know.
No.
Probably not. Look at how tight this pack is. Like I think it's everybody's using all of their items to try and catch up to get a good spot. All of those items that they've hoarded. Bobby, I don't think got a good rate actually on his home turf. He got 11th.
Oh no.
Oh, Bobby.
Oh
He's probably
Bobby.
heartbroken right now. Dang it, Bobby.
Well, he didn't get a good race on his track, but it is only race two.
That's
Uh,
true. That is true. A little
Star
bit of
is once again off to a really good start, followed by I believe Friedrichs and Zale. Lots of Europeans up in top three.
yeah. So wait, is that another second place for Star XL or
Um,
second place or
yes.
another first place? Okay, so he's on pace. What if what if he gets first Is that possible? Do you think that's possible? Oh,
Oh,
I
okay.
thought that he got first. I thought he got I lied. Just kidding.
We'll make sure to have all of our information in order from now on.
I'm trying.
But look at this! Look at this point spread. We have
Yeah.
three people in the 20s,
Uh,
all the French players in the 20s, and we have five people in single digits. Five.
wow.
Already, the room is
It's divided.
polarizing. Yes,
Yes,
we're seeing a
polarizing is
separation
the
early.
word.
And speaking of polarizing, DK Summit. I feel like this is a track you either love it or you hate it.
It's a custom track. Let's
Yeah, shout out to Mario Kart Wii custom tracks. And I haven't, well, I played Lounge occasionally, so I play this track all the time, but I still
yeah.
don't know. In a free for all format, which you don't see very often, I would assume the strategy is to just defend yourself. Get your coin count up, obviously, get into a
Which is
good spot, and
difficult.
defend yourself, which is very difficult. Midnight, oh no. This is a
Oh,
really
I
bad spot to be in
hate.
because if you fail the double cut, Failing a
There's
shortcut isn't too bad, but this
yeah.
shortcut loses you a lot of time.
There's
But
just so like the trench is so deep,
yeah,
and you gotta get dragged all the way out from that, and I feel like it's such a slow fall. It's yeah, it's really bad. Is this also an inside drift killer? Because I saw Nerd try to take the cut and it was not successful.
I see. I don't know if it's an inside drift killer, but we are going to see a shock very soon. There it is, used by Nerd. And again, an early shock, time for another one. I believe 30 seconds will pass by the next time we get around to this set right after cannon. And now we see the pack start to tighten up. And now we see the mid pack play come into effect. Triple shells around midnight. You'd have to think you use this for defense, but no, we throw the shells
Nope.
forward. And again, we're in danger. We're
Oh,
surrounded by shells,
he was
bananas.
able to get Frittix.
Ooh, this is
Blue shell
tight.
coming out for the white Yoshi. Do we know who the white Yoshi is?
No, it's going for the light blue. That's Star.
Oh, he must have been covered up. Okay,
Blue
on
shell
the mini
dodge.
map. Yeah, yep. Again, I think that's the second time they've done that.
Simply unaffected, using the items and the opportunities to their maximum effectiveness. The blooper would have been really nasty over the shortcut, but it's going to be avoided, which is
Yep,
good. Lots of chaos in the mid pack. You see a couple people spinning out, and now it's just a mad dash for the finish. What can you
yeah,
do to get past that last turn? Golden Mushroom, not very effective,
yeah.
surprisingly, on the last part of DK Summit.
I
That's
think
going
they
to be a
gained
seventh
what,
place
like
finish.
2 spots? I think they gained
Yeah,
from that golden mushroom. I think they might have been able to gain an extra spot if they were able to go into like that really tight corner cut there.
yeah.
But they were not able to.
It, DK Summit, I feel, is deceptively skill based. I don't want to admit it, but I
I
feel like it is deceptively
know.
skill based.
It
The
really
the double shortcut is such a pivotal point in the race. Not
yeah.
only do you have to navigate slippery terrain, it's basically you're driving on ice, even snow, but bumps can kill you. Bloopers are devastating. If you get even spun out by a banana shell, even a well timed blue shell, and
Mm,
just you can see we saw Midnight run into the fence on lap one, and we saw just how much time can be lost at the shortcut. It
yeah.
is, like we said before, polarizing. You either win big or lose big
There's
on
just
DK Summit.
there's so much target potential there. You can target shock, target blooper. If you're a real jerk, you can drop a bomb right on top of the cut and just completely end everybody behind you's race. Like there's so much potential to play that track. Very like you mentioned earlier, offensive and defensive.
And if I know Mario Kart players, there are a lot of real jerks playing
Oh
this game.
yeah, real jerk. We played it enough for lounge. See how people
Madrid,
treat that cut.
we see Madrid again here, which um, I like this track a lot.
I like this track too.
There's a lot of emphasis on the first half of the race. Most of the shortcuts and the catch up potential is on the first half of the race. So even though it takes some time to get your coin count up, you want to establish good positioning early on and then defend from there.
Uh,
So we'll see if our racers can do that as we get to the first double box of the effectiveness on shells, fire, all these offensive items in the mid pack, which is again why it's so important to establish a front presence early.
in what aspect do you mean by small? Like the it's narrow?
Yeah, it's narrow. That's a much
Ah,
better word.
okay. Because I was like,
So
I feel like this track is massive. Like look at the mini map. But I see. Okay, I see what you mean now.
there's lots of potential for like fire bounces, shell
Mhm.
bounces, um,
Yeah.
and now again one of the most important parts of the race. This big shortcut on section two going into section three, and once again, look who's in the front.
Yeah. Oh, look, he has a massive lead too. He's sitting pretty.
I was thinking, like, does he have anything to dodge the blue shell with? But I'm not sure it's even a matter.
Yeah, I don't think it would, honestly. Do we know what happens whenever you take a bill through the grass cut, like after the glider? Because I saw a
No,
couple people opt not to take that for some reason, and I'm curious why. Because I feel like that would have been a lot of time. Okay.
You know more than I do.
Final turn in Madrid can be chaos. You often see a lot of people die on this straightaway here. Um, we do see Frittix taking fourth place with our POV. Star XLX again, top spots. Frittix overall in second, and Wood in third.
Star took a blue shell. This time it actually connected, unlike the previous two races
Yeah.
where it was dodge. It
Yep.
actually connected, but like we saw, it didn't even matter. The
Nope.
breakaway was too massive. Got the coin count up, established the front presence early, and just ran away with it. And there's nothing anyone could do to stop him. And
Do you-
on Star is that top level player. That 149 in the first qualifying round was no fluke.
yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm curious to see if he's going to get this type of frontal presence in true finals. Because he's going to be meeting up with some really nasty players, like nasty in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Na the good kind of nasty, just
the
like kickflip
the
sick over, illness sick.
kick
No,
flip
no, I got you.
for illness. I
Yeah,
like that. That
it's
was
2
good.
kinds of sick, kickflip sick, and right now this front running, display is kickflip sick by
Yeah, yeah,
Star.
yeah, for
But
sure.
front running is a little tougher to do on Cuba Cape when there's lots of shortcut opportunity. We should see the front presence taken up right here. And then the rest of the race will be dictated by what happens on this shortcut. Let's see what happens. Back is still pretty tight. Going into the pipe. Everybody seems to be playing defensively. There's a
A lot of people died to that bomb too.
very good bomb. There's no
Yeah,
way to dodge it.
yeah.
Uh, but Frittix, again, with the triple green shells, what do you do here? You're in a third place spot. You have a good point presence in this room. Do you play defensively or do you chain this at the next item set, which is probably in the water cut?
Rooms here, he has to change. Okay, well he doesn't. So, if I were him, I'd be going through the water section here. I'd be dropping that up, so going for an item he but he's gonna launch this fire as fast as he can get his out and maintain the top spot. So he's still able to hold on to fourth despite like getting
And speaking of
that was
maintaining
smart.
the top spot, to the surprise of no one, Star is back in first. We are at shock and blue distance, I believe.
That's crazy.
And
This guy's
so
cooking.
lots of people in the back. Dare I say, bam, we might see a shock here, either in
Yeah.
the start of lap 3 or the midway through. I
Yeah, we have
think something big is
Zale
coming.
yeah, we have Zale in second. We have Bobby in third. Um taking the shroom cut, trying to like crack down on some of that does get hit. Now the only thing is if you hit someone with a plant, you're bound to get hit too. So
Yes.
that was not the case in this situation. I think there's enough space between the top four and the bottom of the pack. I think Zale got hit out by Bobby, so now Bobby's in second, Zale in third, Critics in fourth, Nasty Backs, not necessarily Critics being polite and holding on to his item in fourth place, not backing on the line. But another dominating performance by Star XLX. He is in first place overall with the nice.
I was gonna say we're talking about Star being in finals already. There's no guarantee, but 69 nice points after what is that? 5 races? 4?
Yeah, yeah,
5.
he's gone. He's gone.
That's yeah.
He's getting into finals. Let's be
I'm
honest.
not sure what's bigger, Star's points or the leads we've been seeing
Yeah.
Star. And
Hmm.
just if you look up front running in the dictionary, you will see Star XLX. Textbook textbooks front running from Star. And what goes into that? What goes into that? Coins, obviously. Get your coin count up, establish your presence at the front early, and then it's driving technique. I think people underrate the importance of driving technique. It can
Yeah.
gain you so many spots. And what people don't like to think about or don't often think about is Mario Kart is still a game of inches. The difference
Mhm.
between fourth and maybe like seventh or eighth place could be less than a second. So every single second counts.
Um, there's there's some smack talk in the Discord right now.
Oh, of
um,
course.
between Bobby and Zale, or Zale, sorry. Because they exchanged places, right? Like Bobby was able to hit Zale out on the last race, get second, putting Zale in third. So they're going off on each other in chat in a healthy way, a fun, healthy competition. But no, I think they respect each other as players. But it's fun to kind of get under people's skin, poke at them a bit. So
Very fun. And
yeah, it's good to see that healthy battle in between.
and like we were saying before, it's largely a mental game. You have to have a strong mental fortitude in order to compete in a prolonged competition like this. Like there's still, for those who make it to the final round, another round after this in which is effectively a tournament of champions. It's going to
Yes,
be even tougher.
yes. Oh, nerd got bumped off. That's so sad. This is not a track you want to fall behind on by any means.
Yes.
You
It-
fall
it-
behind, you are spending your whole race trying to catch up. Oh no, and nerd missed. Oh my god, he not only
no
yeah.
item. And I mean, you do what you can. You realize at this point, you accept yourself like things haven't gone your way. You haven't gotten a whole lot of item boxes, but what's in your circle of control? What can you control here?
Yeah.
Get a box, get a few spots, stay safe. Just get what points you can in there.
I'd be praying for a bill right now if I were nerd. Doesn't get how sad.
But a star is not bad.
Yeah, especially whenever everybody's dying at the end. Okay, there was a crazy bomb there.
Bomb, ghost with
Throwing that
fire.
fire up. Yo, he
Doesn't
was
even
able to
have to
catch
worry
up
about it.
quite a bit, actually.
A
Good for
bill would
you,
have been
nerd.
nice,
Yeah.
but a star is still great. And the importance of not getting hit shines through once when in an FFA format, everybody is at each other's throats,
Oh, yeah.
especially on the last like
Everyone
two
is your
turns
enemy.
of lap three. It's like, okay, well, I'm probably done defending myself. I want to go for a better spot. Unless you're
Mhm.
in like maybe the top three, there's a certain cutoff. I feel like maybe like fourth or third, where it's like, okay, I I'm happy with this. I gain like 9 or 10 points in the room. Good gain. I'm just gonna defend the spot. Or maybe if you're in like fifth or sixth, like you kind of want to get greedy a little bit, throw that fire forward instead of backward. But a
I mean,
star, you don't have to worry about all that.
yeah, exactly. You just drive through all the chaos. You don't have to worry about anything. I'm looking at the standings so far. Um, top six right now is Star, XLX, Frittix, Dame, Dr. Cat, Wood, and Zale so far. So um it is pretty tight from fourth place down to eighth place right now. Bobby is an eighth, which is a little shocking to me. He's usually one that I see near the top. So he's had some like pretty tragic races so far. So we'll have to see if he's able to climb his way back to the top because only top six move on. So he's very close to that.
You're mentioning that back at the end of Koopa Cape. Who got backed and who gained a spot there? Bobby
Um,
was involved there, right?
yes, yes. Bobby was able to hit out Zale out of second place. So he was able to get Bobby was able to get second, and then Zale got third. So he's able to make plays. Like he can, I don't know what he hit him with or how they were able to exchange places. He's able to perform. It's just maybe some things are not working in his favor right now to where he's in eighth place in the standings and we're about what, halfway through?
Uh, ready.
Yeah.
Didn't really need to be hit out, he felt like. But Bobby, every point matters.
Absolutely.
Lap
So we have Nerd, we're in lap 2 in 11th place going in a ghost. He can steal something good. Oh he completely missed the boxes. That's not what you want to do. In 12th place, you want to try and get as many boxes as possible, so that way you can catch up. There is a huge gap in the mini map now. From the bottom spots to who was that Daisy in first? Who is that?
You have a Daisy? That's Midnight.
Midnight. All right, let's go Midnight.
Midnight's doing pretty well this race. Currently
Yeah,
in 7th place, looking to move up in the standings. This could be huge for Midnight.
let's pray he doesn't get hit out. I would be absolutely crapping my pants right now using my rearview mirror and seeing those players behind me. So, he was able to finish out in first place, but wow, that is a huge race for Midnight. Good for him.
I understand the lack of rear view there because you already have defense and lines are so important and braking and like vehicle control, especially in the last part of Ninja Hideaway, that you just got to focus on what's in front of you and take in and deal with as much as you can, as well as you can. So I completely understand the lack of rear view. Um, well played by Midnight, a very important first place to move either into or close to one of those precious coveted top 6 spots.
I want to say when I peeked at the standings, he's in like seventh or just somewhere around there.
Yeah, we got scores
Right.
here. Midnight, yep.
Yeah,
The
seventh by
point
one.
the point gap is really tight between I believe 7th Midnight and 5th. Or no, not 5th, 3rd. 3rd place is at 55 points and
Yep.
7th place is at 51. That's a 4-point difference.
That is so tight.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, I'd be. I mean, I'd go into this sweating even more.
Speaking of sweating, Bobby, one of our expected top players to do well here, is not in those top 7. He's, I believe, 8 points behind Midnight in place. Bobby's in 8th and has a little bit of
Oh,
catching up to do. I wonder if he's nervous,
maybe
but
he.
can you afford to be nervous?
Yeah. What? Let me ask you this: what time is it for you?
11:57 a.m.
Okay. Okay. Um, he's in Vegas. Time difference or that would come into play.
There's
That
a
is so
tournament to qualify
true.
for.
I need that on a T-shirt. Wake up, play Mario Kart.
And if you're not awake by race 8, then what are
You
you
got some work
doing,
to do. Come
right?
on, man. Come on, Bobby. Boberinos.
Hey, 11 a.m. and already that boy ain't right. Dang it, Bobby.
Dang it, Bobby.
Oh, speaking of Bobby, look at that mini map. See that green Yoshi? That's him.
That's him?
Yeah, that's him.
He
That
was
green
playing
Yosh.
as the yellow Yoshi. Maybe he needed to change for good luck.
New color, new me, as Bobby is first place going into lap 3, followed closely by Star, the blue Yoshi, and the white Yoshi. Dr. Battlecat, one of the dark horses in this tournament, currently
Yeah.
jostling in position in 6th place right now in that tight 4-point gap. Uh, wait, where did Bobby go?
Wow.
Is he
I don't
still
know.
up there?
Everybody died. I think everybody died to a bomb or something. Um.
Back is tight up
Oh.
top.
Yep. And there's a shock. Bobby got 10th.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, how?
I don't know. Our POVs froze, so we couldn't see what happened. We're getting a
Fucking
play
Mike
by
for
play
this.
right now.
All right, so
Oh, wait, I think
there was
somebody
a
DC'd.
Yeah, keep going, Mega.
there was a bomb that took out Bobby and I forgot the other person. That's what happened. That's how Bobby lost first originally. Nerd had the I think Nerd dodged a shock and Nerd got all the way up. As they were getting onto that last ramp, they got hit by a green.
Oh
So
no.
they
Oh.
literally Nerd would have got fourth, but then they dropped down to seventh. But they Bobby getting Tiff was literally because of honestly, I think it was because of the bot. I said because of the
Uh,
bot, because of the shock.
Mario Circuit 8.
was Nerd not able to get back in? Is he spectating?
He
I think he's
is
spectating. Yeah.
spectating right now. Yep. All
Okay, so
right.
Yes.
the Wario is going. We still have a POV, but we're gonna switch it over to Fritix. So, um,
The gap has widened a little from the
yeah,
top six to the bottom six. Sixth is Zale at 59, Midnight at 52. Bobby moves back in eighth place to 46, ever farther from down to the final tournament. But though the DC is unfortunate, we get to see a return of a bot and the effect that it may or may not have on this race. Because as you know, a bot usually takes up a bottom spot. And
I'm gonna
that's,
call out. Yeah, Bot is in fourth place
oh
right now.
my,
So there was a shock, and it was an actual player. So that Wario is still up in these top spots. I don't know how that's going to play out quite yet. We're on lap 2, so we'll see if the bot is able to just maintain a higher spot. If I'm Nerd, I'm praying that's the case. But
oh yeah.
that is crazy to.
I've been noticing a lot of lap two shocks and a really like lack of lap three shocks, which is to be expected now that I think about it in a free for all format. Because if you get the shock, you basically just want to catch back up. You don't want to hold.
Yeah, it's as they're saying. I don't know what's going on with Discord right now. It keeps fucking crashing. I might have to start Discord soon. But as you can see, Midnight is going to be in the sixth place spot with a shroom, but he has to watch out for those triple greens. He is going to shroom up through the cut, but he is going to have to slow down and he's going to get planted off. It's going to drop down into 11th, and it's going to be Fritix getting fourth on that race.
Thing was bound to hit him on lap 3. So I don't know if I would have taken that risk if I were him, but he did get starred and then bumped off. So that
Maybe
is
was banking on getting more than one mushroom in what was it like sixth or seventh, which is
Yeah.
understandable given the lead, the massive lead once again to the surprise of no one that Star had.
yeah.
You might expect more than one mushroom, and since Midnight was in the seventh spot, you got to make a move in these last few races. That was race 9, and now the chance to move on to the final tournament of
So
champions is slipping farther away. Go on.
no, nothing. I was kind of talking to myself.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
worry about it.
Oh,
Voices in our heads are talking to.
okay.
Sorry, chat.
The voice inside my head. Shout out to
yeah,
Blink 182.
yeah, you have to say it with a Y.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
my head.
see, I was thinking of Randy Orton, but hey, that's how you know I'm a wrestling fan. I was thinking of that first,
Are
not.
we really on race 10 already? That's
Yep.
nuts.
Already.
That is crazy. Okay, race 10, we're on Boo Lake. I like this track. It's spooky. It's fun.
It's short and sweet, and it's picked as a front running track usually because of the small surface area, right? It's a very
Yeah,
short track and
yeah.
lack of coins. It's very
Ah,
easy for first place to rack up 10 coins and then just keep going, as
yeah.
Star usually has. But Star is not in the front of this race. Where is the blue Yoshi?
He's in 5th right now.
Fifth or sixth? Okay.
Yeah, you can see him on Midnight, but not
Okay.
anymore.
So the pack is spreading out. We are seeing those bottom 4 racers, bottom 5, smartly staying in the back at shock
Yep.
distance, and
Oh,
given the amount of lap 2
nerd.
shocks,
Dude, nerd fell off. I don't know if it was intentional or not, if he saw the blue or if he messed up, but um wow, what a chain of events just now. The
there we go.
blue, the shock, everything. You have people dodging up right now. They're going up into we have Frittix in first place now on lap 2. He must have been able to dodge up.
And we were talking about this just last race, the amount of lap 2 shocks. If you notice people in the back, like we saw at the end of lap 1, you have to think there's going to be a shock either at set 1 or set 2 of the
Yeah.
race. And lots of people were able to notice that, pick up
Yep.
on that, and benefit from it. On a
Dude,
track
is
as
he
short
holding
as
a
this,
star in second? Okay, Bobby. He was like, I'm getting into the final spots. I'm definitely
yeah, enough playing around. And he went into this race in seventh place overall at 61 points, behind Zale at 66 and Dr. Battleclat at 67. Bobby, this might be his coup de grace, moving
Yeah.
up into a top 6 spot.
Comeback
Wow.
time. Yeah,
Zale
he's
moves
in
down.
sixth right now. Yep.
Midnight moves a little bit further out of the top spots, maybe losing hope, but nothing is ever over. This is
Nope.
Mario Kart. The game we love is so full of comeback opportunity. All you need is that one chance, that one opportunity. Just don't have your arms and hands and fingers turn to spaghetti. Like we said, it's the mental game, the nerves. I wonder if our racers at this point have shaken off the nerves going into this final tournament,
Yeah.
or if they're creeping back up for these people that are overall in these mid spots, like fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. This is it. There are 2 races left. Time
Yeah.
to show what you're made of and make a push to get into the money spots.
I mean, Midnight and LA Cruiser, I think, and Zale, they all have a chance to make it into top 6. They need a really good race. The points are so tight right now. Like Dr. Cat is sitting in 5th place with 77. Bobby is in 6th right now with 76. So there's a 1 point difference between 5th and 6th place right now. 7th and 8th are in the 60s and 50s as far as points. So like if they have a good race, if one of those Dr. Cat or Bobby have a bad race, could be in it. It's still possible.
This track makes me so nervous. We've all
Why?
we've all played this track before, but it feels like since the stakes are so high and how this race usually plays out, it feels like for the people who are like banking on a good race here, it feels like you have 1 HP playing this track. Like
Oh no.
if you get hit on this track and
It's
have to
over.
play from the back, it's over. So you
Yeah.
have 1 HP. If you're hit, you're basically done. There's little to no comeback potential as we see people get hit already. Frittix
Honestly,
gets hit, Nerd
that's a
gets hit,
great analogy. Yeah, you have Frittix in the back who has been dominating so far. So
and thank goodness that he doesn't have to worry too much about getting hit out there because he's on 91 points very comfortably in second place overall. So he's not too worried.
now
However, who's on the bubble? The white Yoshi, Dr. Battlecat, the green Yoshi, Bobby, Zale in
Yep, we got all those people on the cups, but right now it is the battle between Bobby and Midnight right now for 4, 5, and 6. Nerd is also gonna catch up, gets the draft, and it's gonna drag him out with the red. So now Midnight is gonna have to try to shoot him up, but I think it's a little bit too late. Getting these items at the end are not beneficial for Midnight. Midnight is gonna get ninth place on N64 Rainbow Road. I think it might be time to say I think it is. Yeah, I think that's it for Midnight. I don't think they can get into top 6 now. So that's
and
gonna
they
be
lost
unfortunate.
it.
You know what's crazy? I've heard, two different like takes on this track. It's either a drafter or it's great for bottom spots because you have the coin advantage from the get-go. I think a lot of the players who placed bottom in the last race had an advantage going into this race, which is why they were able to land in top spots. Because they had the coin count up, they were able to get really good items. It really took a toll on some of our top racers.
Do you think the dynamic and the strategy is different in a free for all format versus something like 6 versus 6? Because I would think at the first set, if you get a shell or some kind of defense, do you make a
Would
move
you
there or do you just defend yourself?
like,
Insta
do
trail,
instant
right?
trail? I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation. If I'm using my rear view or just like looking around in general and I see reds or like triple nanos or something, like I am probably gonna trail in an attempt to defend myself. But that's a really
Last
knowing
race.
me and I can be a little spammy sometimes, I'd probably
I agree with that. Defense is good offense.
because if I
When
can knock people well, and since coins are so sparse on that track too, like I would hit people as much as I can so I can knock their coin count down to keep myself ahead.
this track though, Mushroom Gorge plays very differently as we are into the last race. If we can get scores on screen to see how everyone's doing and see what's at stake here. Top 6 from this room moving on, as you know. Uh, fifth and sixth are basically on the bubble. Bobby in fifth place at 85. That's the green Yoshi. Dr. Battlecat, white Yoshi, is sixth place at 82. Closest competitor is essentially Zale. Midnight has a very slim chance of moving up at 60 points in eighth, but Zale on
I
the bubble right now, the orange Yoshi at 77 points, needs to do well here.
I think Midnight made a huge mistake. He was in first place with a shroom and a horn, and he chained both of those items in that. He could have taken cut. Two, he could have dodged that blue and still had a top spot, but now he's in seventh because he
I'm
chose to do that.
I'm so nervous for Zale here. The orange Yoshi in first. We
Yeah.
are at shock and blue distance. And being in first place on Mushroom Gorge is rarely a good idea, but he needs a first place here. He needs to hold on to that first. Bobby right behind in fifth place overall at 85. Dr. Battlecat. The white Yoshi needs to do poorly, and the orange Yoshi needs to do well for this race for the orange Yoshi Zale to advance. And Dr. Battlecat takes the shortcut at the very end, moves up to a decent spot. This might be enough for Dr. Battlecat to move into the final round. We shall see. Does Dr. Battlecat move ahead of keep ahead of Zale? Yes, the second place is so clutch. Wait,
Wow.
wait, wait. You see that? You see that?
Wait, hold on. I
Do
missed it.
you
I
see
missed
what
it.
I see? Look who's
I
in
missed
sixth
it.
place. Top.
Oh, there's a tie.
Oh
Oh
no.
boy. Let's go. This
Wow.
just made things very interesting.
Once
Alright.
again, we are seeing Celestial Circuit history as we have an incredibly important tiebreaker to do. We saw it in the first qualifier for the win of the first qualifier between Gyarados and Garchomp, who tied the final round at 100. And now for a spot in the final money round. The finals.
You put it in the
Zale,
best way possible. Like this
Zale
is
and Bobby are going to duke it out for that last spot. Wow. We talk about important races.
uh-huh.
This
That was an
is
important race.
this is where legends are born, and one of
Oh
them is going to be a legend.
boy. Yeah, you put it very nicely saying that it was an important tiebreaker because the thing is, like, you can get a tie in top spots. Like, let's say, like, second place gets tied. It doesn't matter. They're still in the top six of players. But this is a tie for that final spot. So here's the interesting thing. I don't think we have POVs for either of these players. Is it
We
possible to have one of these players spectate the lobby that has an active POV once the race starts so we can see what
That's a
uh
goes
great
on?
idea.
so sadly I would say no, just only because we might do the first to three tiebreaker rule. So if they join in and they leave,
They
it's
just
gonna like
leave.
leave a bot.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, you're
Even if you turn bots off, I'm pretty sure it's still.
or like what if they just close room, reopen room after each one and we manually put the points together. I know it's going to be a little couple extra steps, but I really want to see how this goes.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
That's a
I think we just do the first three because I'm like there is the whoever has the bet like there. I know this is a tiebreaker rule for MKC for their FFA tournaments, but we're not MKC. But this is their tiebreaker rule: is that the best spot on the last race wins the wins the tiebreaker, and that person will move on. But I'm like,
Oh, but you're
where
saying
where's
Zale
the
would move on in this situation.
right? But I'm like, where's the excitement in that? That's kind of just like,
No, I
you
want to
know,
see them duke it out.
I think we want to.
Can we discuss between the players and how they want
Okay,
to settle this?
but this is the thing, because it's just like I feel like Zell wants the best spot because Zell got first on that race.
Right.
So it's like, honestly, Zell's in the position to be like, well, yeah, I want the best spot because I would, but it's just like I I think
We have established tiebreaker rules, do we not?
and technically I'm using the first place tiebreaker, so it's gonna be the first of three.
Okay, so they're gonna
Okay.
go into a lobby and play 5. Are you saying best of 3 or
First to
Or best of
three.
five.
First to
Okay.
three.
Okay. Another way to say best of five, I believe.
that's what I was thinking.
Boy.
Okay.
Oh, this is so exciting. The twist
Uh,
nobody saw coming, like a climax of a soap opera.
Soap opera.
One will live, one will die.
Oh boy. Did you cut stream?
no.
Oh, sorry. I think it's
Hi,
Uh,
chat.
oh no.
hello.
It's because there's no
Oh,
peep.
midnight ended. I got.
Well, we'll just go for it. She gets a spinning globe.
There we go.
Oh boy.
uh,
Wow.
for it's first three. Well, yeah, it's essentially it's a best of five, but it's the first. Yes, essentially best of five. Like, that's how you know I'm a fucking FGC player. So, sadly, we will not have a POV for this. They're gonna play out. It's a best of five. This also will give us time because the finals will be back at 00. So yeah. Honestly, I have nothing to say. Of course we get another tie. It's Celestial. I mean, like, what do you expect with all these top players going at it against each other? Like, you're gonna see some ties. Like, it's the same that the first tie was week 1 between Gyarados and Garchomp. Uh, and yeah.
It
Um,
makes me think, God forbid, we're gonna see another tie for a money spot. Thoughts on
Oh
that?
wow.
Would that be entertaining or stressful?
A little bit of both, I think.
That's a healthy mix.
You gotta
We love to see
have
the
people on the
competition.
yeah, from the viewer standpoint. This is content, right?
it it is.
From the
I
player's standpoint, this is
pain.
stressful.
This is
This
pain.
is pain.
It's why
Oh,
I even said, like, on week 1, I'm like, I am so glad I'm not playing this, because I would actually, like, I can't even say be like pooping myself, but more of like, okay, I am like sweating bullets right now, because
yeah.
that's how insane it
I
is.
know how nerve-wracking tiebreaker. One and only time I went to SNS, I had to play a tiebreaker to get into semis. So it's the sweat starts coming. You're praying. Like, it is a terrifying experience from a player's end. But from
It,
a viewer's end, you're on the edge of your seat. You got your popcorn ready. You're chomping. You got your grin from ear to ear. Like, you're ready to see how this
you're just like, yeah, let's go, woo!
goes. Other people's pain and suffering is our entertainment. So
It really is at
sorry,
this rate.
Bobby. Sorry, Zale. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I can be sorry right now. I'm like, y'all constant to each other because Bobby just decides to finally start popping off in the last four races, and then Zell was just consistently battling Bobby when Bobby kept getting to the top. So it's just, hey, at that rate, that's literally on both of them for now.
Zale had such a great start in this room, and Bobby not such a great start. And they only really evened out in terms of each other's points by race like 8 or 9, and then for one race, Bobby pulled ahead. I think it was race 10 on Mario
Yeah.
Circuit 8, and then oh no, race 10 was Boo Lake where Bobby was in the sixth position. I believe 9 points ahead of Zale. It was a 9 point difference, Bobby over Zale, after race 10, and then Trainbow happened. Bobby moved into fifth, Zale seventh. Zale was, for the first time after 11 races, Zale was out of the top six, and then he brought back with the first place. Dr. Battlecat finished second to secure a top six spot. If Battlecat doesn't get second there, he's out. It's Dr. Battlecat out, and the tie doesn't even matter. Dr. Battlecat, credit where it's due, he is doing his part, throwing a wrench into this top six and moving on to the money round. Such a dark horse, somebody who I've been watching throughout all these qualifying rounds. Dr. Battlecat, hats off to you and best of luck in the final round. But speaking of the final round, we are waiting with bated breath with who the winner is going to be. We'll have to wait just a little while since it's first to three. And as we know, these races can take a little while. But wow, the ups and downs that we've seen. Speaking of ups, Star 139 in round number two today, in addition to the, I believe, 149 in qualifier number one. Star has, how do you, much do you think this
Like,
will affect Star's confidence going into the final round?
If I'm him, I'm like, I'm taking this money home.
Yes.
You know, like I'd be sitting there like, I got this in the bag. Now, granted, you have to think about the other players that he's going to be up with in finals. So we have,
Right.
again, I'm just going to rattle off these finalists here: Pevo, Vantox, Gyarados, Garchomp, Scartax, Cookie. Like, I would be nervous, but I mean, after this stellar performance from him, in these last two rounds, I don't know. My confidence would be.
It makes me think of sports ball. I watch a decent amount
Oh
of sports
yes,
ball and
I do not.
postseason gameplay, and the people who do well in the postseason are teams that are hot, blazing hot. And right now, Star coming off 149 and 139, coming into the last event today for the money on a very good pace, brimming with confidence, absolutely feeling it. He's the hot hand, and though he isn't an automatic qualifier like those other six are, you have to be afraid. You have to be scared of Star.
Yeah. Yeah, because you do have to take into consideration like these players are guaranteed spots in finals for a reason.
Yes.
So maybe a little nervous, but still like he's got to feel some type of confidence.
And so do the people who are dark horses, like I mentioned before. Dr. Battlecat, what a journey he's had, fighting tooth and nail through each qualifying round, absolutely earning his spot in the final
Mhm.
round. And who else do we have
Mhm.
qualifying? Wood and Frittix,
Yeah.
both sensational players who have been very consistent in their top level play, as well as Dame. Got wow, I'm
I
very
have to
excited.
interrupt. We do have updates so far to the best of 5 that's going on right now between Bobby and Zale. Bobby has secured the first race. So
Advantage Bobby, which
yeah.
is not the story that we saw during the room. Bobby
Yeah.
fell behind off to a slow start, but like I said, he consistently trended upward, whereas
Yes.
Zale was off to
And like the
a
later
strong
half.
start. Yes, Zale fell off during the second half, fell
Maybe
down
he
to the
was
seventh place.
maybe he was waking up.
Yeah,
Bobby is
that's what I'm
fully he is
saying.
like Katy Perry right now. He is wide awake.
And Zale might be feeling like a plastic bag drifting through the wind.
Yes.
I'm just
I
That'll
can't stand Joel right now. I just have to say that, but oh my god.
But,
Oh
in a
no.
one versus one, I can only imagine what's going on inside that room. I really wish I had eyes in there. It's unfortunate that
Ew.
we don't, but I'm thankful for the updates that they're giving.
I don't know. This
We
mysterious aura is kind of exciting.
Brett, you and I have 1v1'd before
Oh yeah,
many a time.
I earned a nickname because of that.
Yes. The queen of for lack of some choice words, the queen of triple reds. And
Uh-huh.
the only reason I was defeated, which I was obviously the favorite to win, I had the better skill, I had the better item play, but
Excuse you?
I did not pull the right items. Good
Hold on,
players.
hold on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pause you right there.
Uh-huh.
You were the favored to win.
Yes, of course.
Wait,
Excuse me.
so are you guys
Who
saying y'all
is
gotta
this
do
guy?
another 1v1? Cause I'm hearing fighting words from that. I just gotta say.
Bubbles, are we about to load up right now while we
We
leave?
I mean, I don't want to, take candy from a baby, so to speak.
I think it's been proven time and time again that I am the 1v1 champ whenever it
And
comes to you and I.
why is that? And why is
Ooh.
it triple reds?
I don't know. I
The
just pull them and pray and I torment you with them and it feels so good, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that makes me think of the unfairness of a 1v1 and how important items are.
Oh
Although
yeah.
it might depend on the track, but it makes me think of do you remember the old time trial lounge in Mario Kart Wii?
Time trial lounge. No, I don't think wait. Wait. Yes.
Where like
The other
everybody's
players are like
ghost?
yes,
Yes.
but you can see them.
Wouldn't that be such a good idea for like a 1v1? Obviously, it's
Oh.
not realistic since we can't really do that,
Is
but
that
like
even a capability? Like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, has anybody even made a mod for that yet?
sorry, doing
no, I don't
what?
think so. A time trial 1v1. Like, do you remember the Mario Kart Wii like time trial lounge?
I remember. I'm wanna say it's not it's possible, but it's not possible. Because if you're talking about in the way of how Mario Kart Wii does it, no. But realistically, you just have to fucking just start the time trial at the same time. But
But
I
wouldn't
don't
it be
know.
nice
To
to
see where your opponent is in real time.
Yeah, no, it
in
That's
would.
the benefit of it.
That's why I
in
said
a
like
1v1 scenario, the items are I feel like so imbalanced
And
that
then
you want a fair fight.
it truly is a matter of skill versus a
Yes.
matter of who can pull triple reds 3 times in a row.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You're just mad because you're the victim of the triple reds.
I'm not mad. I'm furious beyond all belief. I'm like Bowser's Fury. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm mad. You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
All right, all right. Just,
I mean,
let it out.
I'm a little perturbed. I'm not salty. I'm salty. Like
Salty.
having front running a race for the entire time only to get triple redded and comboed out of first. It feels bad. But you know what? That's Mario Kart.
Okay, I think we have another update coming from the races. I see Zale typing, which leads me to believe, unless if he can type in the middle of, there's been 2 races?
No,
so
there's
it
been three.
is it
Oh, 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 oh.
well, it's been two because
There's been 3?
we only saw the first one.
Okay,
So
so
Zell is down 1-2 right now.
yeah, hoping to see smack talk between. I think they're focused up. There is
It's
money
all
on the line.
business.
Yeah, there is no there's no room for being silly in this situation.
You only smack talk if you have full confidence in your abilities, which some people in the world have the ability to do. They can talk smack and like fake being angry to like try and play some mind games to get into your opponent's head. I would
And
never be able to do that. I would have to be all business, mute,
and still
deafen,
perform. Yeah.
completely offline, deactivated Twitter account, just
Oh
lock
no.
in. Like
Deactivate.
nothing, because
You would
nothing
go
is more
that far.
important.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
think reminder a reminder of what the stakes are here.
yeah.
A spot in the money tournament.
and these are two very highly competitive players.
Players,
There,
Yes.
yes.
there's no time to mess.
Well, I'll just say this: if Zell makes it in, then all the French players are in the finals
Oh
that we
wow.
had because Scartex auto qualified, and then you have they oh my fucking god, yeah. Oh, I cannot fucking think of their names right now, and I feel bad. Uh, um, yeah, Star who just qualified for finals, and yeah, Fritix who just qualified for the top 48 finals. So it's just like if Zell does beat Bobby, it will be every French player that has competed will be in the finals for the money.
Fine.
Yeah.
Wow. That just goes to show like the skill gap between like I've always known the French community has a lot of top players on top teams. So I guess whenever you enter a free for all that's open for anyone to join, no matter where you live, to see that region dominating it just makes it really does.
French
It
has always had strong gamers.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. It's why like even during World Cup, you already know it's always going to be usually French and Japan. That's usually who top. Oh my god, it's
Two
going
to
to
two.
game five. It is going game
Oh my
five.
god. Of
They're
course
two
we're
to two
tied.
right now. Of
We should have
course
just
they
done one
are.
race, dude. Of course they're gonna tie it for as long as they can.
Okay, but also just doing one race, someone's gonna be like, that was bullshit. And I'm like, alright, look. So it's better for them
So
do a best of five.
whoever wins this next one is the one who makes it in.
Yes.
That is nuts.
Oh
And
my.
it was completely fair because again, like as you guys said, you guys 1v1, you guys dealt with Brat winning because of triple reds. So
Yes.
just like imagine if that was only one race and that shit happened. You
I
know
would be
how much
furious.
I would get cussed out not only by the French
Of
players, but also by Bobby, depending on who won. So yeah, I am good on that. I'm
nothing
good.
quite like getting cussed out.
I'm like, let them do the fucking best of five, and we chill.
Bubbles tries to cuss me out, and then I just giggle the whole time. It
She's
doesn't.
oblivious. She's immune. Sorry, that's the right word.
Look,
She's just
Bubbles, I deal with her in real life. Yeah,
He has a colorful vocabulary like SpongeBob, uh, sailor talk.
yeah, the 13 sailor words. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me playing against Brat in a
Yep.
1v1.
I guess
It's
you could
just
say that's
infuriating.
your
I think that
13th
needs to
reason
be on the
why.
soundboard.
Yes.
Put it on the soundboard. Just a
No.
just a dolphin.
Look, if I still had my stream deck set up, I would easily fucking set it up on my soundboard, but I don't have my stream deck plugged in, so
It is
What's
what
what's a 1v1 track that you think is really fair to race on?
I would
Like,
say any
I don't know
skill-based
if you
tracks where it's not a lot of coins for first to get. So
okay,
I
but in this
personally say
situation,
like B dance.
do you pick a fair track or do you pick bullcrap? Because my
bullcrap.
technique, yeah, my technique during that whole 1v1 against us was definitely bullcrap tracks. So it's like I was picking Calamari Desert and like Sunset Wilds, just places that like I can it's flat ground, I can take shortcuts, I
Right.
can red him out, like just get silly with it, you know?
I
If
feel
you're a good racer, then maybe you pick skill based tracks.
I
Yeah.
feel like it depends on who you're going against. Because if it's someone that okay, this is my logic. If it's someone that you know you can dominate, I'm going skill base.
Yeah, yeah,
If
that's a
it's
good call.
someone that you need items to pretty much I don't want to say win, but to have a chance, then yeah, I would go bullshit track. But now if it's someone on the same skill level as you, at that rate you're kind of like, all right, look, this is already going, one sided, but I think I'm still picking skill base against them. Because I want to fucking show like I'm better than you at this. Yes, we're the same fucking skill level, but I'm the one who's better.
We have the
All right.
results
Yep. Wait.
It
and the
will
final race
be
on Mario
Zell.
Kart Stadium. Wow, how poetic.
Poetic.
Oh, Bobby lost to a green. That's insane.
Wow. So Zale will be moving on to finals. Congratulations to all the
Uh,
players, really. Everybody played their hearts out. They did their best. It does not go unrecognized, but Zale will be moving on with the others.
Well
Very
done to
yeah.
everyone involved, everyone that qualified. We have the most exciting round coming up next. We're going to take a short break. We should be back in about 10 minutes at quarter till. Stay tuned, everyone. Finals are coming up next.
Bye.